worked brilliantly. So good morning and welcome indeed to Elevensies, the late morning show with Lisa Anton and apparently Skittle.
For a while.
Until
she decides that she doesn't want to be here.
Which is likely.
She's a fickle feline.
Oh, fickle. Fickle feline is exactly right. So good morning. If you're joining us on the tube, you do please say hi and I'll say hello back, hopefully. And then we'll know, we have this communication loop, this circuit of force, as it were.
A circuit of force.
Ears listening to what we have to say. Eyes watching what we have to show.
Well, today is one of the favorite days, Tarot Talk Tuesday.
It is. It's a show and tell day or a tell and show day or
People
whatever
really
way you
like
want.
Tarot Talk Tuesday.
Tarot Talk Tuesday, where Lisa and I are working our way through the meaning of every single card in the bleeding deck.
And we're at half a year doing Elevensies now. This is the 26th card.
It's the 26th card, which means, ergo, we must have put 26 weeks into this. So
yeah.
therefore, that's going something. That's like 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's without a day off. Ever.
Well, Monday through Friday.
Well, of course, we don't do Saturdays and Sundays. If we did Saturdays and Sundays, it would be just a little too much.
Well, we just couldn't because we have psychotic fair and all kinds of things.
We have
Good
to be
morning,
other places.
Tina?
We have other places. Where is everybody on the tube of you? Is anybody watching us today?
Speaking of which, this coming Saturday, believe it or not, is Psychic Fair again. The last Saturday of the month. That's the end of August.
Where's the time? It was only just the end of July. How can that be?
I don't know.
It's like my whole birthday month was stolen from me.
I know. Now we're into Virgo.
Fair. There was no epic celebrations and street parties.
I
think somebody's...
You did get some nice presents.
I did. I honestly, people are stupidly generous to me, so I'm just ridiculously blessed. But you know what Leos are like in their birthdays.
Hi,
just
Angela.
coming up to a very good friend of ours, a Virgo birthday in a couple of days. So,
yes, indeed.
Yes. Because the sun is now in Virgo. We're just waffling while some people
join
us.
So you're an August Leo and she's an August Virgo, and hence you are both Hazel in Lunation. Good morning, Jen.
Very true. Good morning, Sparky. Thank you. It's nice to see somebody is with us. I think things are working. I never can tell with YouTube because there's like this huge lag.
There's a big lag here too.
Well, no, I mean there's like a huge lag when you see people doing playbacks. In other words, I'm starting and then I'm going to go back to the beginning to watch it all.
Happy birthday, Anton, from Angela.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. I got a message from Ashley. I've got to read it. I saw it.
Good morning, Carl.
So I think they've got a new book. So I think we need to get it in.
Hi, Nessa.
So yes, when we get cloned,
is it Con of Pa?
Con of Pa? No, it's not that one. I think it's one by Alex Cabot.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think it is. So we'll have to see what that's all about. There we go. I don't know, but I remember seeing a brief note fly across my screen, and I think I was doing something stupid like, operating heavy machinery at the time or whatever. So we've been doing lots of operating of heavy machinery. And we've got more of that
Let's get on with the Tarot Talk.
Let's get on with it. Now
Tuesday.
People have joined us. Tarot Talk Tuesday. So yes.
Today's card is Wheel of Fortune.
Spin the wheel, round it goes. Where it lands, no one knows. Or is that really the case?
I don't know.
Well, what's your take on it?
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is I love the letters on here because depending on where you start, depends on what you see.
Your mileage may vary.
Right? Like you could see it to be Tarot.
Tarot.
Right? Because in the craft we usually do seal things. If we were drawing a pentacle, we would draw that last line again.
Yes.
So you could see Tarot, or you could see Rota, which means wheel.
Interesting.
So that's kind of cool. Then you can also see alchemy in that wheel. You can see the 4 seasons in that wheel. You can see some Hebrew letters there, mark of the seeker, fire in the head, all kinds of things. Yahweh, yeah. Then we have the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac that create the name of God, so that's kind of cool. And then you see from the chariot, there's a sphinx.
Yes.
But he's blue, kind of like Krishna up there.
Perhaps he's a little cold.
Well, he's like Krishna. And then you've got this...
not that the colour's relevant.
More like a devil kind of appearing, holding the wheel itself.
Sneaky little bugger.
So I think that this card announces a time for change or a time of change, and that it may be wise to seek counsel how to adjust to this change. The wheel is very strong. It's in orange, right? And
Morning, Aaron.
the Sphinx is holding the sword of control. That reminds us that we alone,
good morning, Carol,
have the ability to change our lives through internal alchemy, through working with the elements, through understanding the cycles of the year and of life, and through working to find really good advice. So when I see the wheel card in a reading, I always look to the card before it and the card after it. So that's me. And I might chime in again in a bit, but I want to give you some time to talk about it. I so
know she's going to chime in. She can't help herself, but she knows this stuff, so it's all good. So I really vibe to this card. There is an absolute multiplicity of layers of meanings within here, layers within layers. And it's kind of interesting because there's a big lesson here. We were just, interestingly enough, talking about our solar returns, our birthdays, and I see our dear friend whose birthday it is in a couple of days, who's an August Leo. We were talking about.
No, she's an August Virgo.
August Virgo. I'm an August Leo. She's an August Virgo. So, but we were saying we were both Hazel in that.
It's all about the nuts.
It's all about a pair of nuts, if you ask us. So, moving on swiftly. It's interesting. I also take a little joke because Valentine's Day, February the 14th, is my solar opposition. It's my half birthday. And this is interesting because this card is halfway through the Fool's Journey. If you will note, it's number 10. It sits directly opposite where the Fool begins and ends, because 0 and 21 is the same place, or 1 and 21, the cycle starts again kind of thing. So it's interesting. This is midway through the cycle. So at this point, it really would be that almost like the full moon kind of energy here. And this is kind of fascinating that you may find little opposing forces coming to you to challenge you. But as Lisa says, note, there's the colours on here. Again, we've got the colours of blue and red, or, and these could be your alchemical colours, your fire and your ice, your like the colours on a tap, hot and cold, if you will. Again, representative of opposition. And slightly, he's slightly out of opposing. He's not directly underneath him, but these, again, this could be the forces of order and control, and this could be abject chaos here, or mischief and all that kind of stuff. So you've got these working together across the wheel, or are working against each other, or working in harmony with each other. Because it's a really interesting thing. And
without one, the other cannot exist.
Without one, they are both mutually dependent upon each other for their very existence.
Right. If there was no good, there would be nothing to measure it by.
Well, exactly. You can't have dry if you don't have wet. You can't have hot if you don't have cold. There is no existence without opposition, because one by itself, if you think about it, singularity, in it exists the potential to be absolutely everything. However, it is yet nothing. It's nothing because there is nothing with which to compare it to. You cannot describe it. To describe it means you have to have a frame of reference, and it contains within it everything that could possibly be. So that singularity must burst asunder, so to speak, and must divide itself into two. So if we have hot, then we have to have cold. Now we have an opposition, and oppositions, as you know, are difficult. It's like immovable force, unstoppable force, immovable object kind of thing. And so that opposition is the problem, but it's the resolution of opposition. So is this where we've gone halfway around the wheel? We're in a place of opposition almost, but it's learning how to harmonize those forces. And I love the snake here and
you do see those 4 characters on the world.
Yes, you do. And you will notice that on the world, although we'll get to that being has now harmonized those forces and holds in each hand two amorphous colored pillars, if you will. So they've learned to harmonize those forces. So this is interesting. If you'll notice, every single one of these characters is an open book. And there is no writing in that book.
That's because they're Akashic records and you can't read them.
Oh, you could say that, but it may mean this is the time to start telling your story. To start really defining who you are. And I love that. That's one of those bardic challenges. Again, bardic challenges always start with opposition. They have to, because it's resolution of opposition, overcoming opposition is where the magic lies. Not necessarily overcoming, harmonizing opposition, getting those forces to work together.
It's blandship. Blandship. That's the perfect friendship.
Blandship?
Blend.
Oh, blendship. Where do you pull these things from?
Well, that was from I Love Lucy.
Oh, no. I think I've seen one episode of I Love Lucy in my life.
That was the Stomping Grapes one.
Yeah, I think it was. And that might have just been a clip on something else. Good morning, Gilda. So, yeah, a fascinating card there.
Shayna says bardic challenges?
Oh, yes. They always start out not hard to answer. I mean, like, the punka that you have to go through where there's this, like, little bardic thing where the Mari turns up at the door, and unless you can defeat it with your bardic knowledge and interplay and being able to put your challenge back, it's allowed entry and will nibble in places perhaps you shouldn't be nibbling. But it does that to show it's all about fertility and laying things to waste and the cycle of everything. But I love this card. There's so much to be learned from it. And you recognize, though, however, this sort of control is absolutely key. And that you're in the dominant position if you take this. And again, as Lisa says, it's very difficult when you've just got one card by itself. It's hard to tell the story.
But it's usually a sign of better things to come.
Oh, yeah.
If you're up for the challenge of making the change.
That is correct.
If you're going to sit there in denial and do nothing, then...
spin the wheel, round it goes, where it lands, no one knows.
Or only you know because you're not willing to move.
Well, there is that, and there's also, if you laissez-faire, leave everything to chance, let it be, whatever, laissez-faire, then where are you going with that? Where are you going? You've not got an active part in that. So this is all about lessons and telling us, what about you, child of promise? Where do you come from? What is your story? So this is about realization of self and actualization.
And not falling into temptations and pitfalls, maintaining control over bad habits, all kinds of things could be here.
It really is very much about, that transition, if you will, from childhood into adulthood, that realization of self. And, because when you're a kid, no, I wish I was, I think I still am sometimes, to be honest, just love to play, don't you? You're just going to go out and play in fanciful imagination and charge around like an aeroplane or, a bomber, or you build dams in the stream and all that kind of fun stuff. Well, nowadays, I suppose people are stuck on their iPhones or iPads or whatever.
Right.
But you have to interact with the world. You have to. We're part of it. We can't divorce ourselves from that world. And, eventually, the green god takes on his responsibility and moves from the wild woods and owns up to what is necessary, and so this is very much that point. It's a rite of passage as well, I feel this is too. So it's a hugely powerful card, and I've whittled on forever about it.
Oh, that's cool.
But I love it.
Let's have card of the day then.
I love it. So there you go. That's the Wheel of Fortune. So that's us. So what about you? What's your story? What is going to be your card? I think you should pick a card for today.
But it will disturb little Skittle.
Oh, well, have Skittle pick it then. Because I have the need for coffee. Ooh, nice card. We have the Six of Cups.
Six of Cups.
And your reading for today would be...
if someone is offering to help you, to truly help you with no strings attached, it's perfectly all right to accept their help today.
Oh, yeah.
It could really relieve you of a lot of things that are bothering you. So today is a day, I think, to accept an offer. Provided there are no strings attached. If it's somebody who's saying, I will help you, but...
Yeah, the but cancels out everything that goes before it. You understand? She's had enough.
Yeah.
Don't set fire to yourself, Skittle.
All right.
Pain in the butt.
So today's a good day to accept an offer of help.
This very, very much is that. I love this card again. And, you know, it is about unconditional love being extended to you here. These are for you. I just got them because I thought you'd like them. Nothing special, you know. Don't expect anything in return. I just wanted to see you smile, and so they're for you. Because the focus here is somebody's like, oh, you know, all this, I'm feeling a little bit strained. I'm all left by myself. I've got this grey, shadowy figure moving away. So this can be, you know, this can be a little daunting for this individual. But help is at hand, and you know. If there is no conditions, as Lisa says, attached to it, if they're, you know, the acid test is, are they coming at it from a place of love? And if they are, bloody well say yes, because, you know, it feels great to be able to help somebody, to be able to help somebody move past a difficult situation or, you know, an opposition that they may be there. Yeah, great card this. So, yeah, it's okay to say, yeah, thank you. I very much appreciate you doing that. And just remember, you know, what goes around comes around. If you have the opportunity to help somebody else, if you have the opportunity to extend, you know, and think about them, not think about, well, what can I get from this? Or aren't they going to think I'm wonderful? Or aren't they this? That shouldn't come into your thinking. You're just thinking, you know, hey, I'd just like to see this person smile and overcome that. And so that is what makes the world a better place. It really is.
Elizabeth, we don't do free readings during Elevensies.
It would
we only do free readings once a month. It's the third Wednesday of the month, and those dates are posted on our Facebook events. If we did free readings for Elevensies every day,
we wouldn't do much else.
We wouldn't be able to get on with our lives. So I do have Maria reading today at the shop if you want to give the shop a call and get some counsel. But we only do free readings the third Wednesday of the month. And Psychic Fair... Elizabeth, Psychic Fair is this coming weekend. Readings are $10 for 10 minutes. So if you just have one question, you could come to Psychic Fair this weekend from 12 to 5.
Well, there you go. Isn't that marvellous? Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching this on Tarot Talk Tuesday.
We're going to zoom. We got a million things to do.
All right. Well, yeah, you wouldn't believe. I must have spent...
Just never stops.
How many hours packing orders last night?
I don't know. We're so blessed.
Oh, honestly. There's some goodies are on their way to people. So next trip is to the post office.
It was such a big pile. I actually took a picture.
It was nuts.
Because I just wanted to put out that attitude of gratitude to everybody who ordered stuff and
we are so
the people on
blessed.
subscriptions and stuff. It's really a blessing for us, and we're really, really happy to be able to help people.
It is, and you know, to connect so many people.
The old gods are stirring. Old gods are stirring.
Having Joe to do the statuary that you envision, all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's so hard to find stuff that you know speaks. Yeah. But I think well.
Anyway,
I'll let you judge.
Have a great
Go
day,
to gotdeity.com and check it out.
Gotdeity.com. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Got-deity.com.
All right. So thank you so much for watching. Have an amazingly beautiful day, and we'll speak to you, I guess, tomorrow, because I don't think we're doing any box.
I don't think we're expecting anything today.
Oh, we're expecting a lot of stuff, but I don't think anything's landing today.
Okay. No, I said today. We're not expecting anything today. And we are putting out the crystals that we opened yesterday today. So
there you go.
There's some citrines, some beautiful black tourmaline palm stones, and some really big... quartz points that you can see. Danny did a box opening for around 9 o'clock last night, and they'd be great for grids. All right. Anyway,
thank you so much. Do please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends all about us. Have an amazingly wonderful